Greetings, flesh creatures. It is I, Megatron. On behalf of TFYLP, I want to congratulate you for listening to the most refined collective podcast on this miserable little planet Earth. Yes. Here you'll find knowledgeable fans discussing every aspect of Transformers and beyond. Now, enjoy the show while I continue my path to complete conquest of all of you miserable biological entities. Predacons, terrorize!
Hi, welcome to TFYLP, episode 565. We are live tonight. It is Wednesday, February 7th. I'm Lucas. I'm joined tonight by Christian.
What up?
And Peter.
Paradustron.
And Superfan Phil over there.
Hey there, Lucas. How you doing tonight?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing good, Lucas. I just wanted to pick your brain before we jump into the main topic here.
Sure.
So, a pretty easy question. I think I already know the answer, being that you're from Kansas City there. But who do you got for the Super Bowl this weekend?
The Bears?
I mean, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say the Bears, but I assume you would have said the Kansas City Chiefs, led by that young Patrick Mahomes there.
Yeah. I'll go with the Chiefs. Yeah, sure.
Well, see, that's where I think you're wrong. I think your first answer was more accurate when you said the Bears, because I think they're going to win. They're going to pull it out, and people aren't going to expect it, and it's going to be pretty mind-blowing.
Well, there you go. We are all excited, right, Christian?
I mean,
you're excited.
The Chiefs have Taylor Swift on their side, so that's who wins, obviously.
A certain great running back named Walter Payton will come back, not unlike our Savior, and lead the Bears to a come-from-behind victory.
I hope that happens. That'd be really cool.
Sure.
And he and Taylor Swift will go get married. She'll drop that Kelsey fella, and everyone will be happy.
Walter Payton?
Yeah, and he died. I think that kind of makes him divorced. He can be back on the market as a ghost.
You said he was coming back. I don't know.
Yeah.
Cool.
I have a Walter Payton starting lineup figure, I think, in the garage.
It's a nice little item there, Peter. It should be on display and somewhere prominent. Maybe not in your garage.
Well, all my Bears stuff is in the garage.
I hope it's a nice little shrine that you got there.
It's in a
you should
tote.
grow that thicker mustache back. That was pretty fashionable.
Yep. Yes. All the best to you and your Bears.
Oh, thank you very much, fellas. You both, actually three. The three of you there. Have a fantastic evening.
Same to yous.
There you go.
That's enough of that.
Were you putting on a voice? Because that's how you sound to me all the time.
No, he sounded like my dad. That shit was scary.
My grandma definitely had that voice for real. There's my dad is a junior, and there's a reason I'm not. My name's not Joe because the way my grandma would have said it, I would have been Joe Smolinski the third. My mom did not want me to be a third.
Is that really the reason?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
So,
right.
yeah.
Well,
guess
guys,
we're talking about
book club
multi-packs
this week
tonight,
is,
right? Anna
No?
said. No, we're not. Well, potentially, I don't know. I guess there's a leak of a potential 3-pack or something, but yeah, I don't know. I guess
Anna, hook it up. Text me what we're talking about, because I've been playing Xbox for the past 2 hours.
No, there was I think on the description or whatever that somehow it got copied over from an old episode. So like the actual title is right, but the like description or whatever, like, so someone changed the description from being generic to actually relevant, and then
Thanks, Phil.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about tonight? Because it was supposed to be a third-party roundup and like
Yeah, I
reveals and
know.
stuff, but then the all-important Hashtag came down with their pile of stuff. And what are we talking about?
Yeah, so I was like, there hasn't been news for a while, so we might actually start talking about some actual third party and branching out and not just talking about Hasbro, on and on and on. But then, of course, they decided to, throw out a bunch of reveals, or not a bunch, but enough. Several reveals. So yeah. So we're like, well, who cares that much about third party? We'll
3
just have
toys
to
and a
push
bunch
that
of
to
stuff.
another week.
Yeah, and that
Weeks.
was just yesterday. I mean, we got some reveals Monday as well from not quite a third party company, but a non-Hasbro company doing Transformers toys again. So we can talk about that briefly. McFarlane Page Punchers.
Oh, right. I already forgot about that.
Yeah.
Right, I
It
know.
was
The
weird.
news is just coming so fast and furious that you kind of forget about that.
Yeah, they could have waited one day and been part of the big 40th anniversary press release blast.
Yeah, I mean, my guess is they probably wanted to stand out a little bit there, because it wasn't just Transformers; it was your favorite GI Joe characters as well. They're coming from McFarlane and Page Punchers, and as Hasbro's done a few times lately with Pulse, they're carrying them on Hasbro Pulse, the McFarlane Toys figures. So, we've seen that with some Super 7 figures and other non-Hasbro toy lines on Hasbro Pulse.
Yeah, a few.
So I'm sharing a screen share of these Page Punchers, at least the Transformers ones. I don't know that on the TFW site that I'm referencing, I don't think they actually have the GI Joe ones.
Guess what? The IDW branding is gone from all 4 of those issues. All the writers are still credited. The art is still there. IDW is gone.
I didn't pick up on that. Good spot.
Yeah. But it's Lost Light #1 with Megatron, and Optimus Prime #1 with Optimus Prime, and Bumblebee #1 with Bumblebee, and Robots in Disguise 1 with Wheeljack, I believe. I get that right? That was from memory. So it's cool. Lost Light Megatron. He's got the Autobot Megatron design with the Decepticon symbol, so that's wrong. But otherwise, they look okay.
Well, didn't he have that in the Trial of Megatron still?
No, because he was wearing Bumblebee symbol at that point.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
so
because Bumblebee was dead.
Bumblebee was dead, sort of, mostly.
Came back as a Force Ghost.
These appear to have more paint than the Pacific Rim ones that Phil and I were looking at earlier in the year or last year or whenever it was.
Also by McFarlane.
Also Page Punchers. That's why I'm drawing a comparison. But they're like, I don't know, 1.5, 2 inch tall figures, no articulation, pretty detailed, a little bit of paint. They look all right.
Do they have like arm swivels or just no articulation at all?
I don't think they have arm symbols, but they could. They could go.
Yeah.
I swear these look like they have slight articulation, but maybe I'm wrong.
They're not articulated. How about that?
Okay, sure.
But they're coming. You can get them. They're like, what are they, $9 a piece or $18 for the 2-pack? I think that's the only way you get them. So.
Yeah, $17 for the 2-pack, and
sorry, it's $1 off.
Yeah, no, you're
I
fine.
think Ron said they already sold out on Pulse, so.
Yeah, but they're mass retail release, and
right.
Page Punchers show up pretty regularly at your big box stores. So I don't think these will be that hard to find out there in the wild.
It's a good way to get these issues into folks' hands, I guess.
Yeah.
These things are going to peg warm and then go on clearance.
And then you'll have them.
Then my mom will buy them for me.
Oh, that's nice of her.
Yeah.
Your mom's a nice lady.
She is.
Oh, yeah, no, she is. I met her. She's a lovely woman.
Sounds
Page Punchers.
Page
What do you
Punchers.
guys like better? Do you guys like the Page Punchers or the Super 7 reaction toys? It's more scale.
Page Punchers.
Oh, I mean these.
Oh wait, sorry. The reaction, like
Reaction better than Ultimates. Yeah.
yeah, reaction better than
those.
Ultimates.
Yeah.
Ultimates garbage.
Yeah. Sadly.
But if they go on, if the new wave goes on like $20 clearance or whatever, I will get that alligator Optimus. Just because I want an alligator Optimus. Because I'm crazy.
Yeah.
I did point out to a couple of my other friends in a different text chain that Bumblebee, in my opinion, has a very 90s McFarlane image sort of face. He's just got like those squinty eyes and that like perpetually like angsty face and expression that he has there. It's like, yeah, I didn't think you could make Transformers look like a image comic imprint, but they found a way. They did it.
I think Transformers is an image comic imprint now.
True, but the 90s image had a
Oh.
certain style, especially McFarlane, Silvestri, a little bit similar with their styles of just like the squinty, angsty, always sort of pursed lips, and you know, just the world has wronged them and they need to get back.
I was gonna say this was an angsty time for B in comics, but I think that's just Robots in Disguise and not the Bumblebee series. I don't remember what happened in that one. He meets up with some human buddies, right, Peter?
The Bumblebee series is he hangs out with Skywatch, and everyone wears really awful badges that say like SW really huge on their chest, and it lets Skywatch shut down Autobots remotely, and character designs change from page to page.
That's right. I remember that part.
There was both Blue Streak and Silver Streak, or Blue Streak was in one book and Silver Streak was in a different book, and there were supposed to be two different characters at that point. I don't know. It was and Bumblebee made some friends like Dr. Barwani, and that's about it. Ultimately, Bumblebee learned a lesson about leading, and then unlearns it immediately. The end.
Or not mattering.
It's almost
why
like
have I paid for this?
Yeah, it's almost like some IDW editorial stuff just didn't really have a lot of strength and continuity.
That was all under the Andy Schmidt era. Yeah.
IDW 1, the end of IDW 1.
Well, the thing I wonder though is by them putting these books back out, like, is there still hope that I might actually get some hardcovers that actually finish out the IDW like Series 2 books that they never finished?
Okay, I found this on the web for us, 2 books that they never finished. Check it out. I'm having trouble hearing you.
In addition, I guess. So maybe possible. It's interesting to me to see how these licenses work, because I wouldn't think that, like, if we take the McFarlane Page Punchers, that Hasbro owns the molds for those figures. I wouldn't think they would, but they own the publications for all the comics they've commissioned, I suppose. It's odd. I don't know. I like thinking about that sort of thing.
I don't even think technically they own the pages, because I think the artists and the penciler and the inker own the hard copy pages.
Yes.
But I think the scans, the digital copies of the scans are
product,
owned by,
I suppose.
yeah, it's owned by Hasbro. And they can do with it as they wish.
Yeah. In a way, I think that's really neat, because it prevents situations like what has happened with the Robots in Disguise 01 show, where there's like rights issues and it may be somewhere else, or it may have come home, or it may be at Disney. We don't really know. But with all the comics, those were in Rhode Island, or on a hard drive. Probably in Rhode Island.
They're in space.
Yeah,
Could be in
so
space.
I think for like a second before that, somehow my computer like triggered a certain voice thing, and I don't know if we accidentally said the word for the Apple stuff, and so I don't want to say the word again to trigger it again, but just FYI, that's what was going on. If people were wondering what the heck, like why your voices went away for a second, I was trying to like click off of it, but
Okay.
All right.
So we can break your computer with a certain kill phrase? Is that what I'm hearing?
I don't know. I'm not sure if
Okay.
I clicked on something or if if it got triggered by that, but whatever.
Okie dokie. So that's comics. That's Page Punchers. They're coming back. Those issues are coming back. Hardcovers, maybe, Lucas. I don't know. They were not in the giant press release that we're gonna have to go through.
Well, I thought for some reason I saw on Twitter that they are actually re-releasing some Marvel books. Am I wrong about this? I just saw it on a Twitter feed somewhere, so maybe I'm.
I don't use Twitter.
That might be speculation based on some other things that we're going to talk about down the road on this episode. But I don't know, so we can get into context later.
Yeah.
Christian, do you have the list?
I will get the list.
You are the master of our lists and keeping us accountable and moving on said lists. So
How about you go for the figures first, and I will grab the list.
I don't remember anything from the list. It was a shotgun blast to the face. I hope that doesn't trigger any apples. A shotgun blast to the face of information and merch, and I couldn't keep up. It was just like, I love merch, but this is yay anniversary years.
Okay, I got him. Okay, blah, we're celebrating the 40th, which is really cool. Omega Prime is happening. So this is a little bit of an interesting blurb. Over 40 distinct Hasbro Transformers anniversary figures will be available across the year-long celebration. Each product packaging will be branded with the Transformers 40th anniversary logo, including the recently revealed Transformers Generations Comic Edition Shockwave and Grimlock figures. Talk about
Wait, I'm sorry,
Shockwave
are
and
they
Grimlock.
saying that there's 40 official?
They say there's over 40,
Thrilling
so I don't
40?
think it's numbered like it was 10 years ago.
Oh,
Fantastic 40. What's the 40th thing again?
Fantastic was pretty good.
I think thrilling.
I think
Frilly.
Anna called it flavorful 40, which is
Flavorful
disgusting.
40? I guess they don't actually have it just as
They
has
don't.
40
It's not a thing. Yeah.
badge, yeah.
There's not an
Ooh,
official
there's a
thing.
coloring book.
Maybe.
Looks fun. Okay.
There's a lot of
Okay.
stuff.
So
If yesterday had been a live stream event, we would have gotten inundated with like 3 or 4 other marketing folks coming in and talking about stuff that
Right.
we had no interest in, similar to how they used to do with the video games.
I'm interested in several of these things.
I
We can
shouldn't
talk
say
about
no interest. I'm exaggerating, but yeah,
So
you know,
the
just
first one they open up with is the reissue of the reissue of the G1 animated series music album on vinyl. I'm excited for that one because I didn't grab it in 2019 because I wasn't a vinyl guy then, but now I am. So I will get it.
I won't pick it up, but I do appreciate
What, Peter?
vinyl as a format in the standpoint of like it's a nice display piece. I have a couple vinyls and they're autographed and they're nice things that you can mount and hang up as art versus a CD booklet or a digital file for that matter.
We have
What is it, Peter?
we have hundreds of albums in the other room and thousands
Cool.
of CDs, including multiple Transformers records, both in storybook format and musical stuff.
Cool.
I don't know. It's not like art to me. I'm glad they're re-releasing it. I'm glad they're adding extra tracks. It's gonna be great.
And it will be available digitally for the first time as well.
It was available digitally the first time when you ordered, or maybe someone just ripped it for us. I don't
I think
remember.
someone ripped it. I don't think.
I think
it
someone ripped
I would-
because it was like
I
when it
would've
was
grabbed it.
released, we were like, "Hey, here's the digital copy too, neato."
Yeah,
I think someone just
Yeah,
did that as a courtesy. But
yeah,
I had
don't think it
digital.
was a thing.
Was it TF Cog? TF Cog did digital rips, or they did cleaned up versions of all of the background music, including all the things that weren't included on the records, 5 or 6 years before the record came out.
Yeah, they seemed late, but they didn't
Yeah.
come, they come out.
I'm
eventually.
glad it happened. I'm glad it happened. It's just that I've been riding around with digital copies of music and themes and whatever from all the Transformers series since the mid '90s. So neat.
You're just cooler than the rest of us, man.
I am.
Yeah, I mean, since the days of Napster, I've had a lot of Transformer music on my computer and now my phone. Napster, yeah.
And also in the music category, the company JLab, known for making like headphones and earbuds and stuff, is having a Transformers collaboration. They showed off some images of Autobot and Decepticon themed headphones, and they look pretty cool.
Could you imagine how awesome you'll look riding down the street on the Megatron motorized scooter with the Decepticon headphones?
Really awesome.
Wearing the giant Optimus Prime moon boots that they just showed off.
Could you wear the
Not even
Megatron?
in this press release.
Could we do the Megatron head that they did at GameStop or whatever with the headphones over?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that might be like inhibiting your vision a little bit. So just be safe out there, folks.
But you could also wear the new fashion for the 40th anniversary, brought to you by Mad Engine and Roosevelt's. Mad Engine has a line of 40th anniversary shirts on Amazon, and Roosevelt's will have a collection later in the year, they've said. They make those, I would call them like Hawaiian style shirts with like tessellated logos and whatever on them. They look neat. They're kind of fun.
Button downs. They're pricey. I was
Pricey.
kind of surprised when I looked some of those up. Like, oh, these are not cheap.
Next up is Robosen is doing another thing, which I think we know is Megatron.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if we said it on the show at any point. I'm sure we have. It's Megatron.
Cool.
Ta-da.
Is he
Peter,
tanky? Probably tanky, right?
It's either going to
Does
be
he actually
tanky or it's
transform?
that's the thing. It's either going to be tanky or it's going to be like Bumblebee, where it just does nothing.
Doesn't.
It just
Okay.
dances and falls over, and costs $800.
Yeah, that video you sent out in one of our other forums the other day, Peter, was phenomenal. Of some chintzy robot, remote control Optimus Prime dancing, and then
It's the Jada Toys one.
It's the Jada one that's at Target right now for $50 or on clearance if you can find it. It's
Yeah,
just
and then-
spinning.
Yeah,
And the Robosen
Robosen
squares up to
standing
like
there.
fight it, and then it just flops over. Great. Speaking of Jada, they're up next in this press release. We're getting an Ecto 1 in Optimus Prime colors and Optimus Prime in Ecto 1 colors. Ghostbusters. It's pretty cool. We got that Ecto 1 Optimus in the MP mold several years ago, which is very neat.
Yeah.
This is that, but it doesn't transform, of course. And the Ecto 1 looks good in Optimus colors. I gotta say, I really like it.
Yeah, I feel like Ron says he can't wait for that, and I feel like
Cool.
he's being sarcastic.
Oh,
So
I'm excited for it.
I
So-
just feel the sarcasm in his statement, even though it doesn't seem like it is.
Super 7's coming back. Oh, sorry. Go, Phil.
Yeah, I was disappointed when I saw that was not a re-release of the Ghostbusters MP10.
Right?
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, cool, another chance to get that. That was a hard, not an easy to find.
It
Optimus.
wasn't that hard. Some people just bought them all up with their, that one got heavily scalped.
Yeah,
That one was rough. That was one of the first ones where it's like, oh, snooze tax and all that dumb stuff and
yeah,
frustrating stuff.
and then I had that awesome packaging with the backpack, the Proton Pack backpack packaging with actual straps, and it's like, oh, if you really release this, don't do the packaging, probably charge the same amount. I was like, all right, cool, I'll be on board for that. Like, nope, it's just a block with wheels.
It's a nicely detailed block. I have the Optimus, the first Optimus of that. It's nice.
Well, it's just like Optimus Prime and his truck mode is a block and a rectangle with wheels.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Super 7's coming back. Blind Box, Reaction, Super Cyborg are all mentioned. And it says that all of those will be at Pulse and Macy's, among other places. Funko, more pop figures for Transformers this summer. We love pops here. I think we're pretty neutral about pops here. Figpin is relaunching their XL collectible enamel pins featuring Optimus Prime and Megatron in a 6-inch format, which is cool. The New Zealand Mint is starting a new series with the Transformers comic covers. The first one of that is Transformers #1 from '84. I care about that because my dad and I collect silver together. So I have all the coins upstairs. They're neat. So I'll have this one. They've been running a couple different series from Marvel and DC where they're doing like key covers as 1 ounce silver coins. They're just square. They're neat. The detailing on them is really good. So I'm excited for it.
So Ron does bring up how much cooler would it have been for that, whatever Optimus Prime colored, Ectomobile, whatever, if it was Ectotron with an Optimus Prime head, like in Optimus Prime colors.
Probably pretty cool.
Yeah, but we're not getting that, so
No.
Or maybe one day.
Yeah, we're not getting that yet.
Right,
It's
yeah.
both of their 40th anniversaries this year, so I wouldn't rule it out just yet.
We are getting a new Ghostbusters movie.
Yep. Jada typically with Transformers doesn't come up with stuff out of thin air, and the red thing on Ecto 1 is not a thing. So unless they're just like, hey, it's these two things, and that's, yay, it's the 40th anniversary. I suspect we may see something, but hey, we'll see.
Yeah.
We did get a leak list of code names for 2024 Transformers crossovers. None of them screamed Ectotron reissue or anything like that, but you never know.
Could be. Yeah,
Makes
those
sense,
code names mean nothing to us ever.
Right.
3.0 is coming back. They have an MDLX Optimus Vintage Animation Edition, MDLX Bumblebee Vintage Animation Edition, and MDLX Megatron Vintage Animation Edition. Lucas, I think you collect some of those, right?
I did in the beginning. I kind of I really think they're all super cool looking. I don't need to collect a bunch of $100 figures though that don't transform. So I kind of
Fair enough.
stopped. So
And then
do they have images of all that?
They don't, but they mentioned that the first batch of 100 units will be available for on-site purchase at the 3.0 booth on the opening day of TFCon LA on March 8th, which means Hasbro has just acknowledged TFCon.
Well, look at that.
Which is kind of cool. They haven't done that since they pulled out of the Canada show, like 15 years ago.
Good on them.
Who makes Fig Pin?
I think they're their own thing.
But they're licensed by Hasbro.
Yeah.
They had an official TFCon Fig Pin Thundercracker in Orlando.
I was there. What?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, then I'm wrong, and that's okay.
No, I'm just saying. I don't know how much of that goes into Hasbro acknowledging TFCon exists, but yeah, there was an official Fig Pin Thundercracker at one of the booths, and I didn't pick it up because I don't give a crap about anything anymore. But when I told Nick, he was like, "Dude, why the hell didn't you get me one?" I'm like,
that's kind of cool, I guess.
I didn't think about it.
I like how Peter, who was like trapped in his own booth the vast majority of the weekend, knew about that, and Christian did not.
I care about these things even less than Peter does, I guess.
Fair.
Gasp.
The publishing category is up next.
Hold
Skybound
on.
Entertainment.
In terms of 3.0, This wasn't part of the announcement, but they did have a DLX Last Night Nemesis Prime announced tonight. That'll be, I think, Big Bad Toy Store. I can't tell if it's an exclusive or just Big Bad Toy Store sort of like put up the order for it, and that's how it kind of got announced. Now that's their DLX line, so this is a $240 figure, not the big boy. So first I thought that was part of the 40th announcement from yesterday, but no, it's the different line. But again, kind of weird timing that you get that the day after the announcement, and it's the same company but a different line, and whatever.
Cool.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I just thought that was relevant, so I wanted to.
It was. Thank you for interjecting.
Yep.
The next one is Skybound Entertainment. I don't know if you guys have heard this, but they have a comic. They're very excited that it's broken all these industry sales records. But they're also publishing, quote, a new graphic novel compendium series collecting the landmark Transformers series from Marvel Comics in fall of 2024. So there you go.
That's what I was talking about, Peter.
Yes, here it is.
Yes, thank you.
What?
Yeah,
Were you
Peter.
just not listening to what Christian said?
You said something about Marvel Comics, and I said, we'll talk about it later, maybe with some comic packs or
okay.
something.
Oh yeah, okay, all right.
Here it is.
There it is.
Also publishing Dynamite Entertainment is publishing a set of nearly 200 premium trading cards featuring fan favorite characters from G1, showcasing classic art styles from top artists and design archives.
I hope they do Bumblebee and Grimlock.
They've released a couple images of this, just a little bit of samples with the foils and how the box looks. And you can buy one box, you get the whole thing. It's not going to be a big deal.
To rule them all until
I'm
they announce
really
that.
disappointed about this. Like, how are they going to like? All you have to do is order one box, and that's it, and you're done.
But, and until they do a series too, but I like the look of them. Nick seems to like them. I guess they've been kind of lukewarmly received elsewhere, but I think they're neat.
Look, if you don't have to chase down like 50 different figures of a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive to get to, the exclusive card or whatever that like is only in the back, you can't actually tell which one it is.
That was not supposed to happen. No one was supposed to be doing that.
I think a lot of people feel burned by the Magic the Gathering stuff. And for those who did the full pursuit of Power of the Primes cards or Titan's Return cards or whatever they were, it's.
Well, I kind of forgot about the Magic the Gathering cards or whatever too.
There were people that bought multiple cases, like shipper cases, and came away with one foil. And it's just like, you spent how much money and you came away with one of the bajillion cards you need to finish a set? All right.
Oof.
You do you, boo-boo. Have fun. So
yeah, I mean, this was through Diamond versus Wizards of the Coast, which is a part of Hasbro. So
Dynamite.
Yeah, I think you made a good point there, Peter. I mean, Magic across the board and Dungeons and Dragons last year got just lambasted for how they sort of treated their fan base and sort of seemed to try to exploit them. And it was just, I think, again, another pandemic holdover where some of these companies thought they had their customer base over a barrel and they could say jump and we'd all say how high. And instead the fan base is just like, no, I'll go to a concert and a baseball game because I can do those again.
Yeah.
These are really cool. They're not a playing game. It doesn't seem. I think it's a neat way to see that art, particularly the classic art. You just have it all in a small thing. Like, boom, here it is. You don't have to look it up in an old book or whatever. It's nice.
Here's something I'm confused about with these. I thought I saw in the promotional art that they like come in foil card packs, like an actual collectible card. It comes in a pack. But then you get all the cards. Like, so do you have to open it to actually get the cards, and then you're just damaging the pack? I
would suspect that's the case.
Who was it? The G.I. Joe trading cards from 1991, Impel. The Impel trading cards were available in individual packs, and they were also available as a set, as an anniversary edition, all in one box.
Okay.
And in the box, it was just, they were in the box. So you could collect them as you would any normal trading card. I don't know if this is going to be the same, for this instance, for the Transformers stuff, but you could collect them as you would at the grocery store or at the comic book store or whatever, with your 8 cards per pack or 12 cards per pack or whatever it is. Or you could just buy the box, So, hopefully, yeah. Hopefully, for those who want to pursue this entire set and get their foils and their stickers and their puzzle card bits so they can put it all on a page and all that fun stuff, hopefully it's something easily attainable. I just want people to be happy.
Does this not even come with any NFTs? Like, what?
I am sort of hoping that they do an album for it, so you can put them all together. I think that'd be kind of neat.
That'd be fun.
If not, I'll make one of my own. But, like I said, I'm excited for them.
In years past, there were the Revenge of the Fallen cards and the Dark of the Moon cards and the Armada cards and the Energon cards, whatever. Mm-hmm. And years after the fact, things I wouldn't see in stores would show up on clearance suddenly at Big Bad. And it would be like the official Dark of the Moon notebook for the trading cards from whoever, Topps or whoever did the cards that round. And it's like, I didn't know this existed.
Where did they come from?
Where did it come from? What warehouse were these rotting in before Big Bad found them? And it's like, okay, yeah, I mean, now I have to put my complete sets of cards in this. Yes, this makes sense. It's just I don't know.
Odd. Yeah,
it was odd, and the easier it is just to obtain things. Don't make it a goat rope. Don't do the thrilling 30 where you've got 28 out of 30 things were eventually released and you had to go to Singapore for one of them or whatever it was. Just absurd stuff. Just make the toys available, make the cards available. Let's have some fun with it. Let's not be giving people reasons to be bitter in this anniversary year.
I really would like to think with that whole thrilling 30 thing that it was like some executive that was just trying to mess with like Transformers fans. They're like, how funny would it be if I like didn't actually release all 30 things, and one of them was a Singapore exclusive, you know, whatever, Comic-Con exclusive, and yada yada.
So next up on the list, we're out of publishing. We're now in a category called promotions, and Monroe, one of the United States' leading automotive service and tire providers, will offer Transformers-themed auto service packages now through March 31st. It includes special offers, giveaways, and more at participating Monroe locations. I have never heard of this company. Do you guys know what this is? Cool.
I don't have Monroe Tire around here.
What exactly are they giving? Like,
who knows?
Rick, it sounds like already has a banner from one of the stores, though.
He has a banner from Rise of the Beast. They did some sort of promotion that had a standee, and so we got the banner and the standee. And all it was like, you know, your tires can roar like a beast with whatever brand of tires it was. And it's like, okay. Yeah. I don't get. Remember that Valvatron? You guys remember Valvatron?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
That's another non-transforming fun oddity. I don't know. If it's weird stuff like that, that's more fun than. While standees and banners are neat, if you're going to get Transformers themed service on your vehicle, it better come with some sort of decal or something fun. Not my car smells like Bumblebee.
Well, they could include the biatch.
The biatch, that's vulgar. It's vulgar.
It is vulgar. And I think copyrighted under someone else that isn't Hasbro. There was a thing about that. All right, the next thing they want to talk about is they've got entertainment, which includes Transformers Earthspark, which does not have a date, but I've kind of heard rumblings that it may come out next month. It seems like the dubbing is done. And Transformers 1, that movie, is coming out on September 13th. It's the first ever fully CGI animated theatrical movie, which seems incorrect because there have been numerous ones, but I suspect they mean the first ever fully CGI animated Transformers theatrical movie.
They keep leaving out words when they say that. It's like the first ever Transformers animated movie. Like, that's you're wrong on that. So again, they said it, but they left out a word, and it just nope. You still missed the mark there, buddy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Toy Story, like 30 years ago.
Lawnmower Man 2.
Was it fully animated?
No, but I'm
all right then.
Messing around.
No one cares about lawn care. The final thing is there's going to be a special Transformers themed episode during season 11 of The Masked Singer on Fox this spring, which can only be good.
So are they going to be wearing the Megatron helmet?
I really suspect they will.
I suspect it's going to be a bunch of celebrities that that I personally don't care about or have heard of. And they're going to be all talking about how I loved Transformers. I loved always the thing where they did where the and I love singing The Touch.
Oh, I bet that's what they do.
They're gonna pull Stan Bush up, and they're gonna be like, "This is Stan Bush," and everyone's gonna
It'll
go,
be The
"What?"
Touch. It'll be What I've Done. It'll be
Oh God.
Dare. It'll be Dare to Be Stupid.
Yeah.
You'll have the Transformers theme because that's come out in a few different versions over the years. I mean,
They
one
can
of the
just bring
Masked Singer
back Linkin
judges.
Park. Oh wait.
Yeah. One of the Masked Singer judges was in the Transformers movie,
That's true.
so he does have some mild Transformers cred.
One of the other Masked Singer judges is married to the brother of someone else who's the main character in the Transformers movie.
That's true. Yeah, live in St. Charles.
They burned down that hotel.
No,
They got married in that hotel.
That's still
That did happen.
still a funny theory. Donnie Wahlberg's like, "Fuck Pheasant Run." All right, that's enough out of that.
So that's the press release. It was a lot of stuff.
Yeah. When Paul posted that in our text chain, I was like, "Oh my god, this is a novel."
Sorry, I forgot one piece. I'm so sorry. They're starting. It looks like weekly streams in March, or at least there's a stream at the beginning of March, and then they're doing weekly content drops after that. Sorry, Phil. Yes, it was a giant thing. When you said Paul, it reminded me that he tagged me in that specific part, so I would know.
Gotcha. Yeah.
We all know I like
That should be
streams.
exciting. So, we've been wondering where all the streams are at. Apparently, they're all in March.
They're all in March, which is unfortunate because we already have some leaks, which we'll talk about, and some officially released things that came out yesterday that we're going to talk about first.
Yes.
So it's Comic Book Time, Grimlock, and Shockwave. And then just Legacy, normal, no exclusive, no weirdness. Leader Class Sandstorm, who will be the third Legacy Sandstorm.
Okay, so here, let's start with, I'm sharing a screenshot here. We've got Shockwave in his submarine mode. Looking pretty good.
He's
It's
kind
a
of
submarine or starship mode.
He doesn't have the extra pieces, so I
doesn't have
think
the
this
extra
is
pieces,
submarine.
so
mode.
submarine, yeah.
Okay.
I don't think they actually call that out, though. I think it's probably still Starship.
Yeah.
We'll see on the packaging, I guess, or on the copy when they put it up for pre-orders. Probably in March.
I was going to look to see. So what do you guys think about the Shockwave? Like, do you like the cell shading thing that they did with that, or...
I like
Not
it.
as much.
Christian and Peter are expressing displeasure. I personally like it. I like that they did fairly mild amount of cell shading. Then they also included dot shading, which was much more common in older comic style.
I do like that.
Yeah,
that looks really cool.
Yeah, I like the light purple that they used on Shockwave. It really does do a good job of looking like the interior page artwork of the Generation 1 Marvel Comics Shockwave. So that was really cool to see, and I hope they continue to do more of these. I mean, Starscream with the all sort of blackish bluish face, Megatron with the black helmet,
the gray black helmet.
Yeah.
Purple Soundwave.
Yeah.
Well,
I think it's
that's
the big one that
the
everyone
thing
wants.
about this cell shading, right? Is that we've only gotten a couple figures with cell shading already. Like, it's not prevalent along the line, so it's like if you're trying to make things fit together, it's a little annoying.
It'll be its own thing, I think. I like the severed Optimus Prime head.
Oh,
I think that's
amazing.
a great homage to that book. And I really, really, really love that box. I mean, it's just brilliant packaging. I mean, it's one of the most iconic Transformers images of all time, right? But to turn it into a box form and have him posed behind it, just the way it looks and the Materi artwork on the side, it's really excellent. I was sort of on the fence about getting the figure yesterday, but it's kind of grown on me since. But what really sold me was the box. Go figure.
I don't know. I'm kind of excited about the head.
Optimus Prime head. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that part too.
I do love that it's the comic mold Optimus Prime had. I mean, it's a new mold, and I really hope we see that mold on a toy, because that is a pretty iconic look to Optimus Prime that we don't think we've really gotten in toy format before.
I
think you're
agree.
probably right.
Yeah, I like the purple. I like the deco on Shockwave. We finally get that light colored Shockwave, but he's covered in, dots,
Dots.
printed, printy space dots. So I would like a cleaner version of that color. I want Lavender Wave eventually. The Grimlock, we haven't talked much about him. He's got some nice flat coloration. He exists.
I think he looks really great.
He exists.
How many
And for
swords
those,
does he come with?
more than the other Grimlock.
He comes with 3.
Does he come with 3 swords?
He has
Just
his
2.
sword, Slag's sword, and Sludge's sword. Because Snarl came with his own sword. Now I'm presuming that Swoop will come with his own sword.
That makes sense. Hadn't thought of it that way.
Oh.
He comes with the crown, but didn't the first issue come with the crown too? Or did I make that up? Or did I get a kit that came with it?
There's a kit that has the crown, I believe.
Okay.
And Wheelie or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one does not come with Wheelie.
No.
But again, another really excellent comic cover, another iconic cover from early in the Marvel days, and they turn into that excellent looking box. I really enjoy the packaging for these.
I just got an email from the Veterans Administration that says I could become a podcaster. I'll get free podcasting training.
What?
Oh, hey.
That's pretty cool. I'm going to learn how to host your own music or talk show. Veterans get free training from Military Broadcast Radio, where you'll learn how to use the proper equipment and run a podcast from your desktop, your iPhone, and your mixer. Neat.
It's kind of neat, actually.
It's kind of neat.
I mean, we get free equipment. I wouldn't turn it
They
down.
won't give you free equipment,
Oh,
and if
okay.
they do, they'll come for some money, or take it out of your money elsewhere. Anyway, yay! I like robots.
Yeah, I hope there's
These
one more listing for these comic things. So there's at
these
least
comic
a third
homage
one.
these comic homage packs don't come with comics though.
I think that's really strange. I think it's a big missed opportunity.
It is.
I don't know why you wouldn't do it if you're like, hey, this is from that comic that time. What comic? What time?
Those
But
odd.
later on that they will release whatever Marvel thing.
the compendium
fall.
thing
Yeah,
and
it
that
might be nice.
that does ask or beg some new questions, because when Buster puts the wires on his head and talks to Prime in issue 5 and 6, Josie Beller plays a big part of that. When the Dinobots get reawakened, minus the flashback in issue 4, or when they get reawakened in 8, Josie Beller is in that issue too. Even though it's like real quick at the end of the issue in her hospital bed, I don't know if the rights issues for Circuit Breaker have been cleared up, or if they can just call her like Tinfoil Lady or something, you know.
Wasn't she just cut out of the Transformers Classics ones from
She
IDW
was
back in the day?
She was cut out of one version, but then she showed up in a different printing at some point.
I didn't know that. That's weird.
Yeah, there were some edits made, but she was there, and it's like, what the hell? Why is she in these but not that? Whatever. So
Right.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on with her. I know she hasn't been in any Marvel comics for like 25 years plus. So
Long time.
yeah. So anyway, whatever
We'll
gets
see.
released, I hope it isn't butchered.
I
But
heard
that
she's
might
in her
be-
own Disney Plus show.
Yes,
That'd be kind of cool, actually.
I would be all right with that.
I mean, to see a real life person in a Circuit Breaker costume would fulfill a lot of childhood thoughts.
You're not wrong.
I'm just saying, like, Circuit Breaker, like, for me as a kid was like, feeling things that I don't know if I felt before.
No, not for me.
Yeah, Ron says that these look like they don't have plastic windows. I would agree. It does
They
not
don't,
look like
yeah.
that.
It doesn't look like it to me either.
Christian, back to your point, though, of why don't they come with a comic?
It's pretty
In the
fun.
Star Wars Black Series line by Hasbro, they've done several comic specific decos, and those don't come with comics. They have similar packaging where it's a cover that is kind of iconic, Sometimes it's new art for the cover. But yeah, this is following that similar path.
That's a good point. I often forget to compare to other Hasbro lines.
Yeah.
So those are coming. Hopefully there's more. There's listings for at least one more. Hopefully there's, I mean, I would like to, a couple of these. I think they look neat. Purple Wave in particular. I can't believe it's been 40 years and there's never been an official Purple Wave. I think that's just bizarre. I'm sure I've mentioned that at some other point. But the last officially revealed thing is Legacy Sandstorm.
Purple Wave? Like, what do you mean by no official Purple Wave?
Lavender Soundwave.
Well, the Masterpiece was. Like, are you saying that Hasbro hasn't released it, or?
Comic
Hasbro
book
or
purple.
Takara has never released Soundwave in purple colors.
Comic book purple Soundwave with a mouth for bonus points would be would be the jam.
Soundwave. I'm like not putting two and two together. Sorry, never mind.
Yeah, no,
Soundwave.
I figured that. Yeah,
I was hearing Shockwave in my ears. And I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Quick shout out. Missing an ear Starscream in the 40s and mouth Soundwave in the 40s from Marvel. Those were and Pupils all day were courtesy of our the old master Jose Delbo, who died recently. He was from Buenos Aires and he contributed art to a lot of really like pivotal issues during the Budiansky and early Furman U.S. runs. So big thanks to him for his hard work, and he made a lot of fond memories for this Destron. So he will be missed. His art is going to keep living on though in these reprints and in my originals upstairs. So yeah, huzzah!
Huzzah!
I love his Predacons cover.
It's a good one.
Wait, Mayhem at the Mall?
Sandstorm is the last one.
Oh, Sandstorm.
Mayhem at the Mall?
Yes. No. The one in the jungle.
No, I think the Mayhem at the Mall.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm wrong then.
With the throttle bots and the F1 cars.
Don't remember.
Anyway.
I can't pull that right now, Peter. Sorry.
38.
So can I make a confession?
Sure.
My dad bought for me almost every issue of the Transformers comic through like issue 80, and I never read them.
You are grounded. I had to fight and scrimp and look and dig because Alaska didn't have a lot of just comic book stores you could roll up to and get things off the...
Well, these were mainly from like 7-Eleven racks.
Not a lot of 7-Elevens where I was.
Not a lot of 80s comics on stands in the 90s and 2000s. Took me 15 years to complete my run.
Mine were... I flipped through them and looked through them a bunch, but never actually read the words.
You're grounded.
So Sandstorm.
All right.
Sandstorm.
I'm showing him off or whatever some of these pictures.
The third Legacy Sandstorm after the Plane and the Scorpion. This is the Sandstorm that most people know and associate with the name. He's the triple changer. He does the helicopter thing. He does the dune buggy thing. He does the robot thing with a cool head that's sort of the toy head and the show head, which is kind of nice.
Which means it's doubly wrong.
Yeah, but I like the look of it.
I don't know. I think it looks cool,
whatever.
but
I don't hate it, but it's not right it's not right far enough in any direction that I want.
Right.
I'm happy that we're getting a Sandstorm though, and this one's way better than the Thrilling 30 for me.
This way, Peter. So when you get the re-release here in several years with the, with the animation accurate head,
When he's not in dune buggy mode, he comes with a lobster trap, which is pretty cool. I think it looks neat. He's like throwing his cage at people. I think it's awesome. It's a cool feature. But he does the thing, and he looks like he should, I think. And the orange is spot on. I don't know. I like him a lot. It's cool dude.
I really want
He's a rad dude.
want Rabbit should be able to fit inside that cage.
That
Okay,
would be
maybe he does.
cool.
Yeah.
I would kind of doubt it, but maybe.
It's not a Sandstorm moment, but still.
Maybe can you fit a Titan Master head in there? Maybe.
I think you could absolutely fit a Titan Master in there. Yeah. I won't go out of my way to guarantee it, but it really looks like it would be about that size.
Maybe you can fit the Scorponok slug from Blackout in there. So you have the helicopter that launches his little friend, and the other helicopter captures it.
That'd be kind of neat. Or Evac's replacement for Scorponok, the raft with missiles on it.
Oh yeah, that little thing. I forgot about that.
Anyway, Sandstorm, yay.
Yeah, I will say that when we officially saw this, or when there's rumors about this coming out or whatever, like I wasn't that excited. Like I didn't think it would look this good. And I mean this looks really good for a Hasbro figure.
The ankles, maybe it's just because they got it posed against that white backdrop. You can see all the space, between the ankles and the foot and the leg. But other than that, I think it looks great. I love the colors on it. I like the choices they made with the design. Peter, unlike you, I really do love the Thrilling 30 Sandstorm. I don't look at it as like, oh, it's not G1 accurate, I don't like it. I just look at it as its own thing. I thought it was a cool design. But this is fun. This scratches that itch of giving us the G1 update, and I'm on board for any triple changer.
Well, and I feel like for the most part, like it actually pulls off like 2 pretty decent alt modes as well, which is like kind of surprising for a triple changer.
Yeah, even the recent triple changers like Blitzwing and Astro Train, they had the robot modes look good, but the vehicle modes on both of them left something to be desired. So this definitely does a better job. I mean, those figures are a couple years old, but the engineering seems to have improved with this significantly.
I thought Blitzwing was kind of fine, but this one looks better.
Yeah.
Blitzwing's alt modes, his jet mode specifically, suffered so bad.
Yeah.
Astro
I
Train.
agree with that.
Astro Train. I mean, I've seen jets before, so I don't know. I haven't been super thrilled with the triple changer rehashes we've gotten since Siege. I will deal with them. They are the best robot mode representations we've gotten of everybody. As far as cartoon or comic, just animation model accuracy are concerned. But
we have a listing for Springer later in the year, which I'm gonna go out on a limb and say is not any form of retool of this. I just don't see it.
There was speculation initially, probably based on the 2014 deal, but yeah, now seeing this, I don't think it.
I mean, they might share
it'd be a whole.
There might
be
engineering, like the legs do the thing, but that's like a bunch of figures. So who knows?
That would be a whole new reskin or whatever. So I'm willing to see whatever they decide to do.
And that leaves us with Octane and Broadside is hopefully next year or soon.
Oh, my Broadside's coming. He'll be here in like a week. The end.
What did you get for Broadside?
Don't worry about it.
I'm very worried about it.
Yeah, you should be. I'm worried about it.
A week? Okay.
Yeah. Is this a prototype of his other? Oh, okay.
I don't know what's going on.
All right.
Yay.
I mean, if you think back to Titans Return, Scourge, and Highbrow, they shared some,
And Windblade.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So they shared transformation, sort of engineering, and like sort of their skeleton was the same, but significantly different looking toys. I could see that with Sandstorm and in Springer.
They
I mean,
both do helicopter-y things into car type things, so
yeah,
maybe it's possible.
Released at the same time,
We'll see.
Roughly speaking. It just,
Right,
it
and
seems,
I think that's why people would think.
Yeah, just almost too coincidental.
We'll see. But if this
You're just
is
going to
what
get a
Sandstorm
green
looks
sandstorm,
like,
and here's your Springer.
right, and if Springer looks as good as this, I think we're in the money.
No. It's just going to be this same toy, just painted.
Oh,
green.
just be green.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And not the right color green either. Just
No, some sort of weird green.
Yeah.
What is the right color green for Springer? Because I feel like we've gotten 1,000 different Springer toys, and they all are a different shade of green.
Well, that's part of the problem. Is in his transformation, his chest changes color. It changes from green to yellow or gold or whatever, whoever's animating it that day. So there's no, unless you have like something like pop off, flip around, go inside out, and then change color in the middle of it, it's never going to be right. And if you want him to be more lime green, great. If you want him to be more foresty green, great. Whatever. ACOM animation versus Toei animation versus Marvel coloring. Nel Yomtov did not care what color he colored things. Not that Springer showed up in the U.S. stuff anyway. But in the British stuff, also, he just was kind of whatever.
Whatever.
Yep. So I'm open to some look better. Some efforts look better than others. I don't care. Just make the mold look good. I didn't dislike the last one, except for, as previously mentioned, Space Mud. So
I really hated that mold.
I have heard that it's not easy being green, so I could see how that would be trouble with Springer.
But that's none of my business.
You guys want to talk about another green guy we saw recently? This is out of the official realm. We're now into leaks.
Oh, the helicopter thing?
Yeah, his name is Shard. He's made of rocks,
Shard,
and he's a helicopter, and he's green, and he looks great. I guess I should be using they. We don't know any pronouns for them yet. Yeah, cool rock dude.
So I wonder, is that a pre-tool for Rotorstorm?
I would think not, because Rotorstorm is not made of rocks.
Well,
Lucas, I agree with you.
Whatever. Like same engineering.
But
they just take the crap off.
Iguanas and junky car person.
I don't even see that as a thing. Like, I don't think that's real.
No?
That is
real.
Well, it has
don't
to be a
think that's
helicopter dude. Like, what other helicopter people are there?
He's got like the thrusters right there, just like Rotorstorm does.
We got a Rotorstorm somewhat recently, though.
That wasn't very good.
Yeah.
It looks fine.
We've also gotten 1,000 other figures recently that they redo them a year later.
I don't see the Rotorstorm thing. I get the thruster thing, and it looks like it's inspired by Rotorstorm, but I wouldn't expect a new figure anytime soon.
Well, I just assume because, like, normally when they make a mold, they're not just doing it for, like, a rock dude.
Hey,
maybe.
Almost all of the weaponizer things or whatever have not been reused more than one time. And they didn't get major retools into not having their textures anymore.
I mean, we think that Trashmaster is going to be a wreck guard at some point. Now, that doesn't have a ton of texture, but that would be a weaponizer becoming a non-weaponizer.
Sort of. It would probably still break apart, I would think. Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see.
He'll be repainted to Legacy Skyhammer. The head kind of reminds me of the Baver Skyhammer. I forget which line he came out of.
Hunt for the Decepticons.
What? No.
Reveal the shield.
No, get out of here.
Which Skyhammer?
Helicopter Skyhammer.
Oh, reveal the shield. Or Hunt for the Decepticons. Yeah.
Dark of the Moon.
That's Hunt for, man.
No, it's not, Testron.
Sure.
It's Dark of the Moon mainline.
Fight.
No, he's probably right. I want Gen 1 Skyhammer. We got a Gen 1 Skyhammer homage in Cyberverse.
Did we?
Yeah.
What?
Where?
Yeah. That space adventuring guy. His alt mode is.
Oh, Meteor Fire.
Yeah. Oh my god! I never put that together. Holy crap!
Yeah, that's that alt mode. I redeemed myself with
You
knowledge.
did. So we saw Shard. That's Shard. Shard looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
They're in the next wave with Gears. We saw the week before that, maybe 2 weeks before that.
Yeah.
Gears looks cool. Got
Gears
painted windows.
Painted windows, but an unpainted inside of chest. Like when you flip that panel up, everything is just blank.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the inside of your chest isn't painted either.
Oh, the inside of my chest is painted. It'll paint the floors with that sluicing goodness. But no, like if you're going to do animation accuracy and everything's sculpted in there for his special circuit linker card from changing gears, it's not painted though. So I'm going to have to fix that.
Well, but that's going to be the special like Studio Series edition Target exclusive that's coming out 2 years from now.
I wouldn't doubt it. And it's going to come with the solar needle accessory so that, Megatron can take the thing out.
Cool.
Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be cool.
Yeah. I want a solar needle, and it needs gears as circuit linker.
Oh, that'd be cool.
But no. We just get unpainted, man.
I am mildly disappointed with Gears, and I don't have this fully transformed, so apologize. I just thought about getting this out now. I think his alt mode suffers in the same way that Hoist and Trailbreaker's alt mode suffered, where you just have like the wheels just seem to be kind of floating there. Like it doesn't look like a real car. It's just like it's a real car to a certain point, and then it's just wheels here. They're not really connected to much. It's just it just looks very awkward. And I get it. I'm not buying it for a great alt mode. I'm buying it for the great bot mode, and I think it has that. But it just, I'm picking at nits. But whatever, it is what it is.
I understand. Your opinions are valid.
Thank you. Yours aren't, but whatever.
I didn't mean that to sound patronizing if it did.
No, you're fine.
The last one we saw was Deluxe Chromia, supposedly from Cyberverse, using a really cool head and some colors we've never seen before that look really great anyway.
They're very Seacon-y colors.
They are very Seacon-y
almost nautilator-y.
I made that same commentary to Christian last week when that was started to be leaked.
Dude, we talked about the very end of our show last week.
The front of the motorcycle even sort of looks like almost like an orca. So yeah.
It uses the animated prowl mold.
I was going to say we didn't say who it is, what mold it is yet, but yeah, legacy flippity-doo animated prowl.
I mean, it looks nice. It doesn't look like Cyberverse like it claims to be, but
it doesn't look like Cyberverse,
nice.
But it'll pass. It passes the squint test. The head looks great.
And I really, truly, I've said this, I think, last week, maybe after the show. You can go check if you want, but I'm going to say it again here. I really want the Samurai Prowl kit from DNA in those colors. I think that would be a really fun thing to do.
I think it'll happen. I think it's an easy
I agree. I hope they do it because, I don't know, it'd be neat.
I'd like to ask you gentlemen a question. The first leak picture we got of that was on a table with all sort of paints behind it. Do you think when the person took that picture, they were trying to make it seem like a red herring that it might be a custom? Do you think they were trying intentionally to fool the fan base or play a prank or it just there was a lot?
I think they were trying to drive engagement.
Okay.
So maybe create the question, but not necessarily imply that it was a custom.
I mean, it had the colors of the toy sitting behind it. On a work table, I think there's a heavy implication there. I get your point, Christian, that they're trying to drive engagement, drive clicks, whatever it is. But yeah, I think there was I think there was an intentional implication.
I think the nature of clear plastic throws that out the window immediately. But if you're not thinking that way, then yeah, you might be fooled, lured in.
Forever Death
Yeah,
Strong.
I mean, I don't customize or paint my own toys, so I that wouldn't. I wouldn't know about that much. I wouldn't know that much about that.
Clear is hard. You got to dye it.
Yeah.
And I only know one person who does. No, I know 2 people who do.
Yeah. I know one
Still
person
pretty rare.
who does.
We also saw a couple weeks back around the same time as Gears, the Studio Series Concept Series B movie Sunstreaker.
I already forgot about him.
Looks yellow.
Yeah.
Oh.
What did we say that would make a good redeco, Phil?
We did talk about that, and I forgot. Like this is one of the reasons why I petitioned that we do this show. We do these sort of announcement shows sooner than later because we just forget about some of the stuff.
Right.
Son of a biscuit. I did think that would make someone cool, and now it's totally escaped me.
There is another yellow character who is absent from the Legacy Wave, who was in the initial listings and has fallen off of the listings.
By Sure Shot.
Concerned by Sure Shot.
Which makes me sad.
That makes me sad too.
I haven't given
hope
up on
it
him
comes
yet.
out at some point, right? Like I'm
Perhaps
assuming
he's been
they're just
shifted.
stretching the waves. Yeah, shifted to another wave potentially.
Yeah, there's a couple package refreshes down the line. There's a strong arm package refresh, but I mean, if it were me and I planned the things, and I don't because I don't work there, but like I would have seen that strong arm didn't sell necessarily well, and I would replace her with something else like Sure Shot. But I don't know.
More than meets the eye getaway.
They're pretty cool.
For that Sunstreaker mold.
Is that what I said?
No, that's what I said. That's what I said. And other people agreed.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sounds cool to me.
Yeah.
I mean, just talking about refreshes and facts, like, do you guys have any knowledge or indication? Are we ever going to see the wave with Beachcomber and Axle Grease, like that wave ever come out again? Or is that wave just done? Like disappeared?
Come on, that's the Ollie's 2025 holiday lineup.
I certainly hope so. This is one of my, where my strategy backfires. Where I didn't pre-order the figures. The only one I pre-ordered was Beachcomber, and now I'm left in the lurch to find some of those. And it's
Philium. Go order them at HLJ or at Amazon Japan. That's your best bet right now.
I might. That's a good idea. Thank you.
You're missing DevCon as well, so if you put 2 of them together, the shipping is a little bit better.
Who was the fourth one?
It was a Tarantulas package refresh.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, Soulcraft was asking if Beachcomber got pushed, and no, he came out.
Yeah. I mean, Zaldran's saying it was in stores and then gone. I never saw any of those figures from that wave in stores.
I never saw any Evolution figures in stores.
I think I have, right?
I gave up on that a long time ago.
Yeah. I mean, you're Mr. BBTS, get the things right away, so like you don't have to go.
I'm actually Mr. Pulse, more like it these days.
Oh, okay. But, yeah. Yeah, no, that wave. It's just so odd. It's like a middle of a line wave to be just sort of MIA like that.
Yeah, so there's a strong arm package refresh. That's the only deluxe package refresh of the year. And that's in wave 3. So perhaps that could be switched out, or maybe there's some sort of pack that they wanted to do with Sure Shot and that selects Point Blank from last year, Blanker from last year, that evaporated. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean the first.
There's only 3 deluxes in wave 4, so Sure Shot could be shifted there too.
I mean, Crosshairs was a while ago, and he was, in my opinion, a weak repaint. I could see them saying like, "Listen, we don't need to really do the Autobot Target Masters. It is what it is. They got a good Point Blank. That'll be that."
I could see a world where they have a mold that has switch out pieces. Not that we would get them, but they would make both crosshairs and sure shot out of a mold together.
Yeah,
because they both kind of have that 4x4 out wheel base thing, and you just switch out the top. And I don't know, I could see it happening.
Yeah. You're when I think about it, I didn't originally think about that, but when you bring it up, yeah, that makes sense. Like the way the car sits on its axles is similar.
Yeah. So I don't know if you were using pieces and you wanted to do like a 3-pack, and it's, you know, the headmaster's head for point blank, and then everyone else uses their headmaster's heads and has alternates. You know, that feels like a buzzworthy pack.
Yeah.
Buzzworthy quotes, because I think that branding is dead for that sort of thing, but whatever, it'll be coming up. I don't think Target's going to get rid of those multi-packs anytime soon. That's it. That's what I got for you.
No, well, I mean, I don't know if we talked about it before, but the 5-pack multi-pack league.
I think we did a whole show on that, but I was not on.
Oh, that's right. We talked about all the multi-packs. Yeah. You're right. I apologize.
We have seen Wheeljack since, and it's the same upgrade from MP Wheeljack to MP Plus Wheeljack. It's like the exact same thing.
Who's the only ones we haven't seen? Sunstreaker and
Hound and Jazz.
Yeah. Okay.
Jazz, we've seen Trailbreaker and Wheeljack. We haven't seen the other three.
Okay.
So maybe that will be included in one of the live streams. Who knows?
I would imagine so.
I mean, last year, again, at the very tail end of 2023, they did that stream of their top figures of the year, and they very much alluded to Studio Series Swoop coming. And then they also said, you know, in fairly certain terms, that we're going to get more of the deluxe Insecticons. So those would be some fun reels to see coming up. I could see both of those fitting in with the 40th anniversary theme.
Yeah, I think the deluxe Insecticons will come in the Mayhem capsule from Amazon, because they're all associated with the Mayhem Attack Squad, except Barrage.
Oh.
But I just throw Barrage in there too. Why not?
Yeah. I mean, we need a Venom this year. We need a new Venom this year specifically.
Why?
Because the cicada broods are hatching this year.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. That's going to be a shit show.
But yeah, I guess expect a lot of coverage from us in March on that sort of stuff. Looks like it's going to be busy.
So we talked a little while back about how there was no New York Toy Fair this year, and this is around the time where we normally get that. And the fact that we had the reveals for the comic book figures on comicbook.com, Sandstorm on IGN.com, this felt a little bit like that, and then a big press release. So I don't know. I mean, I'm sure, you know, in terms of their marketing schedules, they, you know, are probably working on some of those similar schedules like they used to in the past. So this did feel like a little bit of a carryover of what maybe we would have seen if a New York Toy Fair was taking place in person in 2024.
Probably. I also suspect we'll see the PulseCon thing in April again.
Yeah.
As it normally is. Oh, and I just wanted to put an update, since I feel like we're sort of at the end here. Omega Prime is now at 83.12% funded.
Yeah, Zaldron mentioned that at the beginning of the show.
Thanks, Zaldron.
Your guys' bump last week was short-lived.
Well,
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So,
a lot of stuff. 40th anniversary is going to be a big push, which is nice. It's nice to see. Lots of different things happening. A movie, another season of the show, more figures we like. Yeah, it'll be fun.
I saw a supposed leak list for Super Bowl commercial movie trailers, and Transformers 1 was not included in that. I mean, I think it would be kind of early, but it does feel like we should be getting something sooner rather than later in terms of just, you know, something to whet the appetite there for that.
We have a little over 7 months to go.
Yeah.
So I think we'll be seeing something, you know, next 3 months or so.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll show it at the PulseCon thing.
Yeah.
April to September is like 5 months. I feel like that makes sense.
Yeah.
We'll see. Soon.
Let's hope.
Book club this week is going to be what is it? Transformers 17 and 18. So it's going to be on the TF Talk Discord at 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. So join them for that.
Yeah. I do want to say next week we should be doing that third party show. Anna and Catherine were super excited to do that tonight, and I apologize that their topic got eschewed for this one just because of the timeliness of the announcements. Wanted to cover that, but they're very excited, and if you're interested in third party or on the fence with third party, Anna and Catherine will definitely make you very, very enthused for a lot of the third party items coming out. So it's there's a lot of fun stuff in that space.
And I think Rob may join as well. And also that's going to be on Tuesday night. So I'm going to be going out of town. So we're switching that to Tuesday night, which I realize I know we kind of been jumping around nights anyway, but just as a heads up to everyone.
Yeah, I should be on that episode, I believe. And for those listening, if you have any other show ideas, I know we talk about like news releases and things like that, new drops pretty regularly. But if you have anything else you'd like to hear us discuss, feel free to leave a comment. And we read everything you drop, so. Right. We'll take a look at it, talk about it, and maybe engage.
Discord or on the Facebook page. If you don't post it in the comments here, so we're always looking for interesting topics.
Unlike the Marvel Transformers comic run, I do read our comments.
You're grounded.
Still grounded.
Yeah.
It's the way it is.
And I've now sold all those comics too.
All right. Have a good night, everyone. See you next week.
Thanks, everyone.